Get started. 7:33. So as I learned, what I will do is, since Paul's a member and I'm a member, and Nick's an alternate, I will seat Nick for Sherry. So we have, as I learned, 3 is a quorum for us. So we'll be able to have an official meeting.
All right, just so you know, Art, I am at the firehouse, so if I disappear on you and ruin it
If we hear a lot of noise, we'll know what happened. But Bethany Knowlton is supposed to be joining us late.
Okay.
She's in the middle of calving, so
Yeah, they've had a couple, I think, this week.
Yeah, so her chores, she said, are off the charts. So so seating of alternates, number 3, minutes. I didn't do any minutes. Minutes haven't been done. Desperately need a secretary. So that's where we are. So number 4, hear from the public. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to speak? I see a couple of mystery names there. Now's your chance. Oh, we have someone connecting. Let's give them a chance.
Looks like it might be Beth.
Hi, folks. I'm
Hi,
still
Bethany.
doing chores, but I'm here.
All right. So we are gonna, let's see, we will seat you for, Bethany will seat for Doug Jenny. So it was Nick for Sherry. And Bethany for Doug. Okay. All right, so hear from the public. That's where we were. Anyone? Now's your chance. Okie dokie. Moving on. Communications. I've had none. So move right along. Old business membership. So Bethany's been working hard on trying to secure our FFA member. Apparently the folks over at E.O. Smith have maybe Bethany could tell us how she's been doing. So go ahead, Bethany.
Yeah, so I've tried calling them 3 times and I've emailed twice. So you can see my response has been very little. So at this point, I was just going to, I know a local teenager at EO in Ag, and I was just going to ask her for some names. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Oh yeah, Mike's not here. Mike usually just ended up, he found a name, someone would refer a name to him and he would reach out. So so that's
Yeah,
So
I
that's
was
good.
hoping just to talk to the department chair, but he hasn't. I know it's a busy time of year, but he hasn't been responsive. So
Yeah.
I'll try another route.
Okay. And if anybody else knows any FFA students who might want to get involved, ask them, and we can.
Perfect, and let me know, and I can get in touch.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
So, thank you, Bethany. The rest of them, so we'll probably have a light duty this summer. So everybody just be like a nominating search committee, ask around spouses, friends, neighbors, other farmers who you're working with. You know, it's always good to have more people involved, even if they just come to the meetings and sit and listen. So, so that's it for membership. I wish Doug was here. Proposed changes to the ag regulations. That was, as we discussed before, that was voted down by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The proposed building size. Did we talk about that the last meeting? Was that finalized or is this new? We talked about it, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're still doing research on that though, aren't they not?
yeah, that's why I wish Doug was here, because he could fill us in, but
'Cause I know Joan contacted me about it and she was gonna, because Mike had called her.
yeah, that was what.
I can't, Mike D'Amato had called her. So.
Yeah, when we finished the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting that night, that was, the commission wanted to do more research on it, and they were
Right.
gonna have Joan talk to them about what other towns have done and any recommendations Farm Bureau might have. So when she comes to speak, I'd like to know when that's gonna be. So if anybody hears it, or if Joan tells you, Paul, when she's gonna be
Yeah,
here.
I'll pass the word if I hear something. I try to attend those meetings, but Monday nights now in the summer are bad for me, so it's hard. I got to be in 3 different places at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where that is. Education Outreach Subcommittee. So Sherry wrote an article for the Citizen. She pretty much just paraphrased the brochure that's already listed on the town website, how to be a neighbor, good neighbor to a farmer. And she said there's another one on there that she's going to do the same thing with for June. So and we got to have, if we're going to do anything for May, we got to have that in tomorrow. So so it looks like we'll miss June for the Citizen. And I know, Bethany, that was your idea. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
well,
She's bottle
she
feeding
was
a
there.
calf right now. She can't talk.
She's yelling at it.
I was just feeding the pigs. Oh. Oh, we're all over the place tonight. Yeah. So, as far as articles in the Citizen, I don't mind picking one up later in the summer. So I don't mind helping with that at all. And as far as the other education stuff, when I am home at my desk and organized, I'm sure I can come up with more. But if there's anybody interested in kind of reaching out and starting some education programs, just little workshops here and there, I think that's a really cool place to start to offer to our town.
Yeah,
I
agree.
We should have something that we can pass out to the local realtors to make sure that these people who are buying property in town, specifically whether they're building or buying an existing home. I know Farm Bureau has some stuff, but for us locally, like these people we've had a lot of people move in from the suburbs who have this, I'm not sure what the word is, idyllic view of what it's supposed to be like out here. And then they get mad at me when they can't get around my tractor.
So
that would never happen.
Yeah, no.
That's interesting you say that, Paul, because those brochures that we wrote, one of the specific targets, this was with the Advocate Committee, was realtors. So so we could certainly work on maybe a project we'll take up is to get some of those in print or even email them out to some local realtors. Or if you see some land for sale and there's a realtor sign, we could grab it and shoot them an email with that attached to it and say, hey, we're an agricultural town. So
yeah, I know realtors like to lie to their prospective buyers, but you know, it's really not doing anybody any favors
No,
in this case. So,
no. So that's that. So we had an interesting, was a productive meeting with the Board of Selectmen on the town, leasing of town properties. Paul was there. So on the positive side, there was some definite support for leasing of town-owned properties for agriculture. And it was mentioned, I don't know if there are other properties owned by the town that could possibly be used for that.
I don't know if their current situation makes them usable, but that's kind of what Catherine was referring to, is that some of those properties that might have been able to be usable have been let go.
Yeah, and Bill Folletti was supportive of leasing the other properties. He was
Right.
not supportive of leasing Cattle Rock yet. From the way I understood it, and Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's concerned about trying to finish the cleanup, and they're going to have some. They're going to do some public outreach in the citizen with what the current status is,
Right.
and then they're going to hope to have a public hearing to get town input on what the town should do with that property. Is that, do I have that right?
No, yeah, no, that's 100% right. You know, I don't know why he was shying away from a short-term lease. I understand the long-term thing. I had a conversation with him earlier in the week, or maybe even the week before, on the Board of Finance side about that stuff. And I don't know, I really don't understand. Like, if you put it in the lease that you know, they want a 1-year lease, basically they want to go year to year, and which is, I understand that for that property, but just make sure that the leasee, or at least the leasee knows that there may be some mitigation stuff that has to occur, and if they're okay with that, then I don't understand the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I do say I had to agree with Cat, and I hope I didn't make anybody mad, but I agree, because I deal with invasive plants all the time. If you let it go, it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to get in touch with Mike. I've been way too busy.
Yeah, I know Mike's having his own issues, so
but you know, that property's a tough call. It's going to be in limbo for a long time.
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of issues with it, and I worry that it's still going to be in limbo when I'm not here anymore. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
bad it's been, you know. And there's a couple others that are around too that are going to pose problems for the town. They're privately owned, but they could pose problems depending on how it goes.
Yeah, so we'll keep our eye on that. I don't know what we've done. They were very happy with what we gave them, the information we got to them. So, and that brochure that we found, wow, that was eye-opening to me, especially the statutory stuff.
Yeah, I didn't understand all that. Like, where did that all? Does that just somebody put that all together and gave it to them? And
the brochure from American Farmland Trust worked with Yukon Extension.
Okay.
And wrote that, and I don't know where the statutes came from. There was news to me. I never even knew they existed, and but
yeah, I haven't had a chance to go through the whole thing yet. So probably because I've been avoiding it, because I'll get mad when I read the statutes.
Well,
you
actually,
know, government intervention is never a good thing.
They're quite farm favorable. There was one interesting one where the lease needed to be voted on. I won't say approved, but voted on by the Planning and Zoning Commission. But then the statute says that the Board of Selectmen can then override that vote by a 2/3 vote. So it's not, so the Planning and Zoning doesn't have final say.
Right.
So if we ever got to that point, what I would think is where they were putting out RFPs, we would suggest that the Ag Commission be not the deciding, but the recommending body, right? We would maybe rank the top 3 proposals and then present them to the Board of Selectmen. The Board of Selectmen then choose, and then they'd have to do the lease contract, and then that would have to get submitted to planning and zoning for them to vote on yay or nay, and then go back to Board of Selectmen to say we agree or disagree. So that's probably going to be something that if they're going to do it, we probably need to get that started in like September.
Yeah, for the
For
next
the
year.
following year, right? And but there's
Like
a
I
lot
said.
of T's, a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot. But the rest, the other statutes, protected farmers from any liens that were on the
Right.
property. So that even though they leased the property with liens against it, no one
Right.
could go after them. Those were the two main statutes that stuck out to me. So anyway, so that's kind of in limbo. So new business, summer field meetings. What we did, you guys remember, we got together a few times, unofficial meetings. And that brings up the fact that when we usually hit May in previous years, that's pretty much, we just, unless there was something pressing and very important,
Right.
we kind of took the summer off and didn't really get back together officially till September. I would cancel the meetings like the Friday before, week before. So that's kind of the way we've done it in the past. I just get a feeling from you guys if you think that's probably a good idea. I mean, when you guys are busy with hay, it's so that's kind of how we did it. We'll probably still do it now going forward, unless anybody has any real objections.
I like the informal thing too, just to get like if we have the opportunity a couple times in the summer. Like I said,
Yeah.
if I know I'm gonna be home, I'd love to have everybody hang out and BS, but it's
Right.
hard.
So those would be unofficial meetings. We
Right.
wouldn't. I mean, I imagine if we could post it as an unofficial meeting and wouldn't be recorded, there'd be no meeting, no minutes.
Right.
So I don't know how that would go, but on the official side of things, right? But we'll definitely try to do that. And if anybody gets any pertinent information on anything that we need to really talk about, shoot me an email and we could call a special meeting
Right. But we
within
have
a
a
week.
you have a regular schedule for the regular meetings anyway, right?
Yeah, third Thursday of the month.
Yeah. So if something were to come up and you really needed it, you could send you the info and.
Yeah, and we just wouldn't cancel that month's meeting. We would
Right.
just hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going forward. So that's that. So roundtable, anybody got anything else they need to bring up or anything pressing?
Somebody got a line on cheap diesel fuel and fertilizer? And no, I don't need a router truck. I just need.
No.
Good God.
No, I don't. So that's that. So action items for next meeting, we don't have many. Yeah, so Bethany, just so you understand, in the past, what we've done is we haven't really done much in the summer because everybody's super busy. So you're needing to want to wait to do anything with the education stuff until late summer or fall when you can get to your desk. That's fine.
Okay, excellent. That sounds great.
Yeah, it fits well. So
yeah, that does fit well.
so don't worry. So we'll keep in touch, right? Anything pops up, I got everybody's email. Yeah, so I don't have anything additional. Nick, Bethany, Paul, anything to add?
I don't think so.
No. All right. Well, that was almost a world's record. I think we've had shorter ones, but so.
Well, hey, everybody have a good spring, what's left of it.
I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Paul and Nick, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll be in touch, everybody. Have a good summer.
We'll see you.
Have a good one. guys can go now.